Chelsea's response to Eden Hazard's retirement decision. Eden Hazard's decision received a response from Chelsea. In the upload on his official X account, the Blues consider Hazard to be one of the best footballers of all time. The player, whose full name is Eden Michael Walter Hazard, defended Chelsea from 2012 to 2019. For 7 seasons defending the London Blue team, Hazard appeared in 352 matches and scored 110 goals. He also helped Chelsea win 6 championship titles, namely 2 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup, 1 English League Cup, and 2 Europa League titles. Statement from Chelsea. These are the decisive moments, memories that will continue to spin without stopping in our minds forever. And that's the legacy of Eden Hazard will remain. In our minds, forever. Congratulations, retirement, for one of Chelsea's greatest players. Fabrizio Romano claims that Chelsea have now sent talent seekers to monitor young stars Luis Guilherme. Twitter said that the Blues are just one of a number of elite teams present at the Palmeiras versus Boca Juniors match recently. Romano claims that the others will soon be present, although there is no official offer made for Guilherme. He said, Bayern and Chelsea are here to follow the 17-year-old talent, Luis Guilherme from Palmeiras versus Boca Juniors, as 2 of the 5 top European clubs in the stands. There is no official offer from Chelsea and Bayern, but both of them will continue to monitor Luis, then decide on an official offer. It still needs to be seen whether Chelsea will try to jump over the queue by adding the phenomenal young player to their squad in early January. Florian Plettenberg claims that Trevoh Chalobah is now expected to leave the club in the next transfer window. He, via Twitter, stated that Bayern Munich remained interested in his services, and he was also still interested in moving. It is said that Chelsea survived with a price of around £50 million, and Bayern is one of the clubs interested in reaching an agreement, with the potential for reunion with former manager Thomas Tuchel will soon occur in the 24-year-old player. Plettenberg claims that the movement in winter is still most likely. He said, he is still a candidate for FC Bayern. The 24-year-old player remains on the list for winter windows. Chalobah is still interested in joining Bayern with a loan status with an option to buy, but there has been no concrete discussion. It is probable that Chalobah will leave Chelsea this winter. Contact with Bayern has never been cut off since the summer. Conor Gallagher really wants to survive at Stamford Bridge. Conor Gallagher was associated with a move from West London throughout the summer, but Fletcher said he wanted to stay at Chelsea because he loves the club. In a slightly surprising development, the 23-year-old player has become a key player for Mauricio Pochettino this season, becoming the captain of the Blues without the presence of Reece James and Ben Chilwell. Chelsea is Gallagher's childhood club, so it's not surprising to hear he wants to stay at Stamford Bridge. At present, he gets minutes to play at his childhood club and even become their captain. Naturally, if he is happy right now. When Lavia and Christopher Nkunku return from injury, Pochettino might have to find a way to accommodate them into the team. Gallagher must continue to play like before, and if the English international does it, maybe he can be a player who is too important to be crossed by Pochettino. Nathan Gissing dismissed the concern that Axel was injured after Chelsea's last match. He via Twitter stated that the problem was not serious after he resigned from the French squad after being late. Gissing now claims that the problem actually does not need to be worried, and he should be fine. He said, Chelsea defender Axel Disasi has resigned from the French national team because of the injury he suffered against Burnley. It is understood that this is not a serious problem, and more is a precautionary act after undergoing scanning. Mauricio Pochettino will almost certainly rely on the French player for his main team when the Premier League match returns to Stamford Bridge against Arsenal. The report claims that Reece James is fit and is ready to appear at the time of the international break. According to London World, the captain will be able to perform against Arsenal in the next Premier League match. It is time for James to return, when Arsenal, who are challenged titles, on a short trip across London. Mauricio Pochettino has become a big fan of the player, and it was immediately seen when he was appointed as the club captain. The manager described him as a perfect player in the initial interview, and no doubt will count the days until he is available to be chosen again. Levi Colwill has been nominated as the finalist of the Golden Boy Award this year. Curated by European newspapers, this award was given to the most impressive U21 talents in the world of football. With the role he played with Brighton and Chelsea, Colwill should be one of the players with the most votes for the award. Although Jude Bellingham seems to be winning the award soon, his colleague from England, Colwill, should feel that he is one of the better nominations. 5 Premier League teams have players who won the Golden Boy Award, but so far there has been no Chelsea. Other Premier League players who became finalists were Milos Kerkez, Bournemouth, Evan Ferguson, Brighton and Hove Albion, and Rasmus Højlund, Manchester United. Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho doesn't want to leave Old Trafford. Jadon Sancho is considered a player targeted by Chelsea in the summer transfer window, but in the end, nothing has been realized, and this latest news makes the move in January seems impossible. According to Football Transfers, the 23-year-old player was not interested in leaving United, even though it was now exiled. Sancho was recently prohibited from entering the first team after his fight with manager Erik ten Hag, but it seemed that his dismissal would not make him push to get out in January. In September, the Daily Mail claimed that Chelsea did consider recruiting the English player in the last transfer window. At present, everything is clearly not going according to Sancho's plan at United, but he is not a bad footballer. Meanwhile, Chelsea looks fine in the current wing position, especially with Cole Palmer, which shows a little best performance after his arrival from Manchester City in the summer. Cole Palmer and Mauricio Pochettino shared positive words about each other when the former Manchester City striker had a direct impact on the Chelsea team. Palmer scored 2 assists and 1 goal in his first 3 appearances for the club and has helped change the Pochettino attack. Pochettino said, "Cole Palmer is a good player who can connect with his teammates. We gave him the initial position on the right side, but we gave freedom to play between the lines because he was ready to read what the team needed." As for Palmer himself, he has entered the young team around him even faster than he imagined. He said, "This surprised me a little, but I know my own abilities. I am the 21-year-old. And I know that if I start working hard, I will have a chance and clearly have an impact. That's why I went there. I think I can break in. I saw the squad, and there were many players who left. Not as many people thought in terms of attackers. It's really busy, but it's good. Moving there is a big change. I was in a hotel for several weeks and then got my own place. This is new and difficult. I don't know how to do many things alone, so I learn."